This is Nerd News Cafe, Stir It Up, with Matt, Landon, and Justin.
Get ready to stir it up. This is round 17, I believe. I don't want to check the numbers, so you're going to go with that. And I know you guys were thinking that it wasn't going to be a stir it up. Well, guess what? Surprise! I'm here. That was a mic blower. So, guys, still unfortunate news. Justin's Golden Pops are still on the mend. But I will say this: he's looking pretty chipper. He's only fallen down 3 times. Something about my throat agony, screaming. I don't know. I closed the door. So, I'm Matt, and we have.
This is the part where you normally introduce Justin, but I guess you did that
he's
ahead
not
of time.
there. The missing link.
So I have no idea what to do. We're off of format. Cats and dogs living together. Mass hysteria. My name is Thrashing Metal Mad Landon Jones.
Thrashing.
What's up, Matt?
I'm living large. How are you?
Doing pretty good. It's been a hot minute since we've kind of talked together. The last time that all of us were together, including Dad, who, as you talked about, can't talk right now, was Free Comic Book Day. And that's been, as of this recording, nearly 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's been a little bit since we have gotten in the cafe and conversed in the way of nerd.
Yeah, I know. I've been talking to everybody. The greeter at Walmart, this guy at the bus stop once, this lady I chased her around the grocery store. She finally said, "Leave me alone," and was something with Mace. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention. So, I've had no one to talk to about the serious issues that involve my life.
Well, I hate that for you, though I do want to point out, you haven't been able to talk verbally about what's going on in the important stuff, because we have still been interacting
on
social media, twitter.com/nerd_news_cafe. We've been interacting. We've been putting stuff out there in the last 2 weeks. We're going to be talking on it a little bit. And in fact, we're going to be giving out free comic books because that's what we do.
That's what we do, guys. I bet you guys didn't think that was going to happen.
Not even the full roster. We're down a man, but we're still giving you, the lovely listener, a free dadgum comic book.
That's right.
Helping the internet.
That's right. How sweet is that? How sweet is that pie? I know it's not the pie you wanted, but it's still sweet.
It's the pie we all deserve.
It's the pie we deserve. As I said, Justin's still down. Hopefully, he will be good to go on the Tuesday show. That's what we're praying for, because me and Landon, without supervision, not a good thing. I will tell you that right now.
Like you make reference to the Tuesday show without supervision. We might be talking until Tuesday.
Oh, I know. It's bad now.
In advance for the 6-day episode that you are now listening to.
That's right. We're 6 guys. I hope you're strapped in. So let's go ahead and get moving, because we've got a bunch of stuff to talk about, which we're not going to talk about at all. We're going to try to just graze our Twitter just a little bit, just some little things. I know this is not what we do on the Thursday show, but there's some things we want to talk about that reflect on the Thursday show, and one of those things is comics. And Landon has got a whammy of a comic he's been reading and wants to kind of give us the down low on.
Yeah, this is something I referenced picking up on Free Comic Book Day, going back to our, 4-episode coverage of Free Comic Book Day. Go check it out. There's some good stuff going on in there. But some
good conversations.
I thought so. Seriously, again, thank you to everybody that came out and saw us at Nerdvana in Knoxville for Free Comic Book Day. Everybody that interacted with us online as well.
Many bows to Richard at Nerdvana for letting us sit outside his shop and annoy his crowd.
Yeah, even if I did get so cold, I think at one point my soul left my body. But, it came back, so I have that going for me.
You got that.
I did mention that I picked up what seems to be the hot button comic of the moment in Free Comic Book Day. I'm talking about Secret Empire #1. And I had a chance to read it. Matt before we get into my thoughts, do you have any thoughts on this? Because this is a very polarizing issue in the comic world.
I think I'm with the majority. I don't even like to see the Hydra emblem on Captain America. I'm just like, because there's a part of me, if I believe it, I'm just like, oh, you dirty son of a, I don't want to embody Cap with that. But at the same time, it's super intriguing because it's almost like a spoiler alert, Sixth Sense, when you find out he's the ghost. And you go back and watch it the second time. If you haven't seen it, that's your fault. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like, that's a 30-year-old movie.
That's what I'm saying. And I think there's like an anniversary, the second anniversary edition coming out of it. Shyamalan's selling them. But he's got to make another movie, please.
That's like giving away a spoiler to Cain versus Abel. It's like, right. Sorry, guys.
Spoiler, Citizen Kane, Rosebud.
It was a stupid freaking sled, not a single boob.
That's right.
Wow, I just went full Family Guy. Sorry, please continue.
But I feel like, with all the things he's done and all the missions he's been on, what was his true mission now? Since this is canon, So it's kind of one of those double looks, double takes. You got to go through the whole anthology and go, you dirty no good.
Well, and all right, having read issue 1, I have to echo a lot of what you said, but I might I've seen a lot of people online just flat out, no, I refuse to read the storyline based on what it is. I don't even want to give it a chance. And it's like, I guess I understand that because it's like, it's hard to say. It's like, I look at this as like, okay, they say this is canon. They say that Captain America has always been a super double probation Hydra agent or something. It's like I know we've been told to keep this PG-13, but editor Mark Tape, that is bullshit. Captain America has never once been a Hydra sleeper agent. Like, this is something through the Cosmic Cube. This is what I look at it as. Recently, like the Cosmic Cube has been used to, quote, turn Captain America, and you know what? Eventually, it's gonna the wrong is going to be righted, I have a feeling. But at the same time, I look at this as a very interesting what if. Like you remember the Marvel storyline What If? Like, what if? I remember very vividly the comic where what if Spider-Man Peter Parker embraced his dark side while he was in the black symbiote costume and let Wolverine train him. And guess what? They turned into a pretty good 1-2 tandem of assassins. It's like, that's a fun what if. And it's like,
that's almost a comic book that needs to be brought back out.
Again, I'd read it. And it's like, I know Marvel has said, it's like, oh, this isn't a what if. This isn't an alternative timeline. This is canon. Yeah, my fat hairy ass it is. It's like, this is, like I said, this is going to be ironed out. The wrong is going to be righted. So it's like, in the meantime, I'm taking this in as a very interesting story that I've never thought I'd be able to have a chance to read. It's like, I've seen a lot of people online liken it to the book series, and I believe it's on Amazon. Yeah, it's on Amazon, The Man in the High Tower, where it's the alternative timeline where the Axis beat the Allies in World War II. And it's like, I've seen a lot of parallels comparing this storyline to that. And it's like, I view it as an alternative timeline. Even though I know Marvel's saying, this is canon, it's always been this way. No, it hasn't. And here in about 8-10 months, we're going to be proven, Marvel, you were completely wrong on that. So it's like, I do understand why people don't want to read this comic. But at the same time, it's like, I'm intrigued enough because... And this isn't very well articulated, I apologize, but it's like, this is, again, a story that I never thought I'd be able to have a chance to read, and I don't know if I necessarily ever thought it was a story I needed or wanted to read, and I still don't know if it's a story I need to read, but I'm very intrigued with where it's going, and I'm interested to see how the other pieces in the Marvel Universe play around, let's call him fascist Captain America. And it's like, I will say, like, there are panels where Captain America is talking to like all the Hydra big ups. Like it's like he's talking to them like they're a head of state or they're Secretary of Defense or Department of Justice. Like they're people that, actually will impact the American life. And it's like the way the comic opens, they go back to like, it looks like some elementary school where they're having to recite history. Well, it's the new revisionist history where Hydra came in and saved the day, and they were the true good guys, and the Allies were the bad guys, and Captain America he swayed it. And it's like, I'll admit that's a little unsettling, and maybe that's because of the current political climate we live in. And it's
True.
I also think it's like that might be why some people are like, I look to comics for escapism. I already have to deal with
Welcome back to reality. We gotcha.
Exactly. It's like I already have to deal with pseudo or full-blown fascism in my everyday regular life.
No.
I don't want to see pseudo/full-blown fascism in my comic books. So it's like I do get that, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, and it is Captain America. We spoke to a Captain America.
I know. He was not on board.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Wesley. Sup, Cap, as I salute the camera. But it's like, this is a storyline. It's like, it's going to be rectified. Just like 18 months ago, Thor was Jane Foster and Captain America was Sam Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that stuff has been changed. It's like, so I do understand, especially in this political climate, why people might not necessarily enjoy the Secret Empire storyline. I'm still intrigued. Give it a shot for yourself. Form your own opinion. That's I guess if I have to boil it down to anything, form your own opinion on this, because it's like I see both sides of the argument on this, as I've very poorly stated.
It's easy to get perspective both ways. It really is. I understand it. I'm going to be very hypocritical here, but I don't think you should say you hate it unless you've read exactly what they're doing with it. Of course, like I said, seeing the Hydra emblem on Cap and some of the the screen.
That is unsettling. That is something that yes, even though Hydra is a fictional organization, well, guess what? Captain America is a fictional organization, but he's crossed over into the Americana. It's like he is an icon, whether or not he is a real person in Chris Evans or whether he is ink on a paper. I mean, like that is an icon. So it is jarring to see that, and it's just like that doesn't feel right.
Yeah, he is the personification of our American spirit, of what we're supposed to stand for and all this goodness we wish we could be, and to see that flip-flop and I guess that creeps some people out. It's like, well, I would never be that, but, in their mind, they're like, well, I've probably done this, or I probably, there's a little bit of weakness in themselves they don't want to see. I don't know. I'm all for exploring other alternate storylines. I mean, if they say this is canon, fine, it's canon.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
Sure.
We got you, Marvel. It's totally canon.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, that guy that's very prominently displayed in all of your Avengers movies? Yeah, totally a Hydra agent. We got you, Disney.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But
Shut
so
up. Seriously, don't insult our intelligence.
Oh, I know.
Marvel.
Oh, I know.
We know what's up. I mean, like this is a death in comic books. It's like, oh my God, you guys, Jean Grey died.
Oh yeah, she's dead forever.
Exactly.
Okay.
She's never. Wait.
Did you see a body?
Wait, she's back. She guys, she literally just came back in like the new Warriors or something.
Oh yeah, I mean,
she did. I'm just using that as an example, but it's like, come on, Marvel.
We
Really?
literally have an X-Men storyline that has the old X-Men and the new X-Men fighting in the same time.
That is a fair point. Yeah.
And you've got Beast doing mysticism, and you've got
Which, by the way, I just want to throw that out there. I am pro Magic Beast.
I think that's cool. I'm like that. I'm glad they went that direction, and I will agree. I don't know that I'll read this series. I'll definitely be intrigued to read it. With Cap as the other side of the coin here, because I mean, really, let me ask you this: in this story, are they giving you details that you did not have, like the motives, the motivations, what Hydra was really after, or where they were pushing, or the big pictures that maybe were a little unseen?
I will say this. Apparently, I missed part of the story because I thought me getting Secret Empire #1, I'd be able to jump on. Apparently, there was a Secret Empire 0. So thanks, comics, for, making me think issue #1 would catch me up. But unfortunately, there is some stuff that I'm missing out on. But in this issue, it does give like kind of an inside view of Cap's mind. Like it feels like he's still conflicted within himself, but not in the ways that you would think Captain America is excuse me, would be conflicted, on a regular basis. It's different. It's different conflicts, and it's like, again, some of it's is like this feels kind of gross. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And again, this is issue 1, or rather issue 2 in the story. Never mind. But you know what I'm saying? It's like,
we know
I
where
want to see how this plays out. I want to see how the status gets back to quo, to borrow a phrase from Dr. Horrible. It's like I want to see how it gets back there, because guess what? I'm assuming that good is eventually going to beat evil, and Cap's going to see the error of his ways. Like there's again, Cosmic Cube, because Deus Ex Machina stuff. But
you always got to have Deus Ex Machina.
Like, I guess final thoughts is like, you say yourself, you don't know if you're going to go out of your way.
I don't know.
And it's like, I totally get that. I get that. This is a very polarizing comic book. This might be the most polarizing comic book in the modern age that I can think of. Like, our listeners, please let me know if there's one that comes to mind more so. It's like,
I think the second part of your question is there one that directly connects the environment from which it's spawned? Because, as you say, to connect us to our reality, you have the comic book world that's trailering on it or kind of running parallels. Is there a comic that does that?
Yeah, that does run very, like, it. The lines of fiction and nonfiction are kind of starting to get blurred a little bit, and that I do get. So maybe it's the current day and age that we live in. But I don't know. Form your own opinion on this. Give it a shot. Like, I understand both sides of the argument, and as I've said, and I understand it's like, if you've read a lot of these articles online, they can I guess shade your opinion one way or the other. But go in, give it a shot one way or another, and just form your own opinion on it. That's my, I guess, piece on it.
Well, that was a very good piece and a very informative piece.
Was it? I don't know.
Without giving anything away. No, I'm fine. I think you should. You've put it out there that this seems like a very revisionist tale, because you're not convinced this is the canon they say it is.
No, it absolutely isn't. Again, Marvel editor Mark.
We know your tricks.
Yes. Like the fact that this is Cap's always been a Hydra agent. No.
We
saw Captain America 2 weeks ago at Free Comic Book Day, and I'm going to take the opinion of Blood and Guts Captain America that we talked to, as opposed to Ink Captain America.
That's right. What does he know? He's all
shout out to Wesley.
There you go. Oh, Lord. Yeah, Man in the High Castle is a good example. I'm glad you brought that one up. Philip K. Dick for all you readers out there. So, with comics, and as you say, take it upon yourself to read it. Not last week, week before last? Does that sound right? Is that where we're at in time? Is that the timeline we're on?
Yeah, we're definitely going to have to check dates.
So, the last time we had a Stir It Up, we had a debate. It's a three-way debate on tired nerd arguments. It was a tie, guys. I don't know I think the percentages were 39% each. It was between Mr. Landon, no surprise, and Justin. So, I hate to tell you guys this. We're not going to do a debate this week, but we
Wait. I think we should debate whether or not we're going to have a debate or not.
We can do that right now. No.
All right, Matt, and here's why I think...
I'm going to pull Landon and just say, no.
That's a really good answer.
So, but we are going to give away a comic for last week, and we do have some retweet people, and we do have some followers, as it were. So, without further ado, I'm going to dial up my dice here, because I have my dice on my smartwatch.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, your dice game is on point, dude.
Oh, I've got a D&D app that attaches to my watch that gives me 4 sets of D dice here.
Nice.
So we have 6 contestants here. I'm going to hit the old D6 button. And, well, maybe not. Looks to be...
After we built it up.
I know. Looks to be Andrew C. So Andrew Casino, another win, and he is getting that Empire comic.
Yeah, Secret Empire #1. Andrew, by winning, you have just signed up to give us a 1,200 word synopsis of issue 1. Think of it and where you think it's going to go. And that is going to be worth 20% of your grade. So
that's right. DM your spoilers. Your summaries need to be posted for public review.
Exactly. So, Andrew, make sure you're following us. And if you were not a winner this time, make sure you're following us and retweet and vote in our next No Pants poll. And you could be a winner of a free digital comic. We're giving you stuff for nothing.
You literally have to do nothing. I mean, nothing.
We're doing it for you.
You vote and you retweet and you follow. Those are 3 things that require no bottom half clothing or top half.
Exactly. In fact, we encourage it. Like,
That's
Matt,
right.
This is the point where I'm going to pan my camera down.
Oh, no. Please help me. Buddha, Tom Cruise, Oprah. I don't care who it is. Somebody help me.
What? I wanted to show you the very first official Nerd News Cafe banana hammock, but never mind.
You're not supposed to be wearing the prototype. We've discussed this.
But you know how well I listen in those meetings.
Yeah,
All right,
I
here's
know.
the thing. We're giving away Secret Empire number 1. I am in on Secret Empire the entire way. So if you follow, retweet, and do all the rigmarole that we require you to do, we are going to be giving away 1 code for Secret Empire a month. So you're going to be able to form your own opinion on this super divisive comic book series. So get involved. Keep downloading, keep listening, tell all your friends, your family, give us the last 4 digits of your social, your mother's maid. What am I forgetting?
Your first pet. Your first pet's name.
That too. And bank account.
Bank account.
And you will get Secret Empire. I guarantee it, but I don't.
He guarantees not to guarantee it.
Exactly. So. Yeah. Some assembly required, not available in all states. Sorry, Tennessee.
Oh. I never win.
Yeah, but Matt, I'm sure we have other stuff to talk about. So let's keep this vote moving because it's like I think at this point we realize we really need Dad, but since we don't,
we have no supervision. Yeah. I feel like the kid on the playground when the teacher turns their back, and I'm just like, what do I do first? I don't know.
We can do all the things, but like here's what I'm thinking. Since we don't have an adult, I just want to sit and watch cartoons, which is perfect because FXX has announced that we are getting an adult Deadpool animated series brought to you from the mind of Donald Glover, a.k.a. Childish Gambino. How cool is that?
A nice transition, I will say. And you know what's funny? When I saw this and it said Donald Glover, I don't know why I thought Donald Glover. Or is it
Danny Glover?
Danny Glover. And I was like, why would he? I thought he was getting too old for that.
Yes, he is literally too old for that stuff.
And I was like, oh, wait, that's not.
This is not Danny Glover. This is not his son. This is not his cousin.
I know he has to say that. I've heard.
Donald Glover actually has a stand-up special where he says, "No, I'm not related to Danny Glover at all." But it's like Donald Glover is one of those like I believe once in a generation minds. Like this is a guy that no matter what he does, he's brilliant at. Like comedy. Like he's probably most well known comedy wise for being Troy Barnes in the Community show.
Oh yeah, I think that's what everyone knows him for.
It's great, but I mean, like even going back before that, he was part of a troupe called Derek Comedy Mystery Team. That's a great movie. I know at one point it was on Netflix. I'll double check for our next Hot and Streamy. But I mean, he's also taking over like he killed it in serious roles in Magic Mike XXL. He was great in The Martian, and oh, by the way,
I was about to say, here's the build-up.
Gambino. Are you kidding me? Like, he is the voice of hip-hop for me.
Isn't he Lando?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I thought you were building up to Lando. I was like, Lando Calrissian? Come on, man.
Oh, my God, I just realized
he's got the vapor.
It's going to be me, but black and not with an N.
Oh,
there had to be a better way for me to phrase that.
No, that was awful.
God.
Let's mark that. So, yeah, I definitely like his music. I definitely think he's hilarious in just about everything he does. He's going to be Lando. I mean, this guy, he is sitting on the top of the world. I mean,
And by the way, his show Atlanta on FX.
Oh yeah,
it's a great show. So
it is. Like, I have seen one episode and I laughed pretty hard at it.
And see, like this, the fact that it's with FXX, who already did Legion pretty damn well.
Oh my gosh, Legion is amazing.
That was a great show. It's on FXX, and FX and the Fox network has proven they're willing to take chances on FXX. So if this was announced for like Fox, for example, that followed like a New American Dad or something at 9:30, I'd be like, this is going to be canceled within 5 episodes. This is Clerks the Animated Series.
Oh gosh!
Which, by the way, Clerks the Animated Series still was a funny show, but why the hell did ABC think, we're going to get a Saturday morning version of the Kevin Smith R-rated movie about? Well, no, I don't want to have to do edit jobs for
No.
Jays.
You don't want to go there. Yeah, no, I don't know what that was about. And that was, how many years did they wait before that jumped out of the bag? I mean, wasn't that like a good 6 years after the movie came out, or maybe even 10?
I don't think it was that long, but it's like I do feel like
I thought it was a while.
Well, I mean, it's like there has been the perpetual rumor that there's going to be a new Clerks, the animated movie, but that's been going for like a decade.
Yeah. Kevin Smith ain't got time for that. I mean, he's doing Comic Book Men on AMC, and then he has to watch every movie that comes out because everybody wants his reviews. So,
hey, but you know what? I loved the View Askew universe. Like, I know a lot of people, like, it was trendy to like it when you were a teenager, and now it's trendy to not like it when you're some jaded a-hole adult. But it's like, Dogma's still hilarious. Jay and Silent Bob, Snooch to the Nooch, Clerks, especially in Mallrats.
I think Mallrats was my favorite.
Like, as somebody who worked at a mall for 5 years, that movie spoke to me. That and Clerks, because it's like
I did like Clerks.
There were so many times where it's like I just straight up turned into Dante. It's like, I am not even supposed to be here today.
Yeah, I don't even care.
So to be fair, I realized I was Randall because I actually said to a coworker, man, you know which customers I could do without? Which ones? All of them.
All of them.
Yeah. This job would be great if it wasn't for the effing customers. Yep. Again, we can't cuss because I don't want to make Dad's job harder.
I know. He's been pushing heavy objects near me, so I feel it's not a good environment. He's gone. I'm blinking twice for help. No.
I'm going to talk in hushed tones, but
right.
Staying in the Marvel realm and the adult realm. Or not Marvel, the comic realm and the adult realm, we have the new news that there's going to be a R-rated Hellboy movie.
Yeah.
Reboot Hellboy.
I kind of feel like that's one you can reimagine, because I'm going to use the reimagine until we figure out exactly what we're going to get. I don't want to say reboot because they do use the word reboot and it's a dirty word to me. So I would really like to see what they're going to do with this, because I felt like Hellboy was dangling on PG-13 already, and they had some really bad stuff in there. Well, I won't say bad, but some pretty violent and, some gore here and there. But
compared to everything else coming around that was in that genre, and it's like, remember, Hellboy was kind of ahead of all the superhero boom.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I like the way it was done. It was a good teen movie.
Great. And you know what? It's like a lot of people are like, oh, I want Guillermo del Toro to come back, and I want Ron Perlman. I do too, but it just doesn't feel like that's in the cards at this point. So you know what? If we're not going to get a full-blown Hellboy 3 from those guys, I am 1,000% on board with the R-rated reboot where they can go more for the true comic. And it's like Jim Hooper from Stranger Things, David Harbour, that's his name. He played Jim Hooper in Stranger Things. He's been named as Hellboy, and it's like, you know what? I could totally see that working. That could be fun. And you know what? I am pro more Hellboy.
Yeah. Oh no. I think it's been long enough that the crowd that was around it has, I wouldn't say fallen off, but they're probably ready for something. And for this to get reimagined, I'm going to keep using this word on this title. For it to be reimagined and the backing that looks like it's around it and the people that looks like it's around it, I don't see how it could be bad. I mean, granted, I have been proven wrong time and time again, but I'm hoping it's not. I really like Hellboy. I really like the world it's built. I have, honest truth here, I have never read the comics, but I have seen that the first 2 movies enough, and then there was like an animated thing that came out too, and I don't remember.
I believe it was on HBO.
Maybe that was it. Yeah, and it was pretty good. I mean, it was wow.
Yeah.
It was
Very
something else.
visually engaging.
Yeah.
It's like I'll echo the same thing you said. It's like I think I might have read 1 or 2 Hellboy stories that I like bought a trade paperback on like Comixology or something and read it, but it's like my exposure to the Hellboy franchise is from the movies. And guess what? Like Hellboy 1 and 2, those are great movies.
Yeah, I can still watch them.
And especially in an age where everybody was just standing in front of stupid green screens. It's like, all right, this tennis ball is going to be a menacing demon. Axe to it. Where it's like Guillermo del Toro, they were using actual freaking props. Like rubber masks and stuff. So it's like, and it's like, you say you would still watch it. That's part of the reason why it still holds up, because like there's something to be said about acting towards a tangible object.
I think the Blu-ray holds up real good too. A lot of things when it gets put to Blu-ray, oh man, it's a sad day. But that
like,
one,
oh dear God.
I want to say, oh yeah, what is it? Fantastic Four. I'm looking at you. Good Lord, wasn't good to begin with, and then when they put it in there, it was even worse. But the whole thing with like the costuming and the mask and the makeup, and I mean, it still looks really good on Blu-ray. And I don't know if maybe they touched it up, whatever they did a great job with it. So
I mean, all the makeup on those movies is just on point, and it reminds you, it's like, okay, there is still some magic in Hollywood. Yeah. And all you have to do is look at these pictures and be like, okay, there are still people who have this fine craft, and it's just so good to see.
Oh yeah, yes.
So I'm hoping they can follow that same route in the new Hellboy movies, and like embrace, like, yeah, we're going for full blown like prosthetics, rubber stuff. We want 12-foot demons. We're not going to stand in front of a green screen. We're going to have like 47 like people in a costume moving it around. It's like, that's the stuff that I want.
Right. And that's why I feel that's why we're so happy about, what they did before, because the bar is high. So now they've got to take it to the next level for it to be better. And that's everybody benefits from that. So, but
you got to bring back Doug Jones as Abe Sapien. You have to. What's up, Doug Jones? You're the man.
Nice.
Random shout out to Doug Jones.
Doug Jones. He's a listener. I mean, we've we've all had coffee with him. Terrible. I don't think I've even seen the man out of what he wears.
Oh, okay. I'm going to continue killing it with my segue game. Speaking of amazing prosthetics and Hollywood magic, we finally have a North American release for Shin Godzilla coming home. I saw that. August 1st. Yeah. What's up?
All you bootleggers now can rest easy that you'll get finally a way to watch this.
Or us Godzilla dorks, because I'm going to be honest, I had to talk myself out of buying the non-translated. Like, I don't even think it came with subtitles.
No. From what I understand, it's straight Japanese, and I think you can get it in Korean subtitles. I don't know how that would help you.
I'll read Korean. I barely read English.
Oh man, this is just more squiggles. I don't know what they're saying.
It's like, hey, but at least there's a big giant Godzilla dude effing stuff.
That's all that matters. That's all you care about.
But guess what? It's finally coming home August 1st. So be prepared for a 16-month after the fact review of Shin Godzilla in the first weekend of August.
Well, I don't know that I can make a happy transition with this, but
come on, man. Transition game was on point.
I know. I will say, things that have been long coming. A new project from Seth MacFarlane with his Galaxy Quest type show, The Orville, which is being pushed as a Star Trek spoof, which. It looks more like Galaxy Quest to me, and Galaxy Quest was awesome. So,
and I was going to say Galaxy Quest was a Star Trek,
right? It was a spoof in itself, and I mean,
and Galaxy Quest, I loved it. It's amazing.
I loved it. I know it had Tim Allen, and a lot of people like to bag on him, but it had Sigourney Weaver. It had Monk.
That movie was great.
Because I don't Shinob, is that his name? Shinob.
It had Monk before he was Monk.
Yeah. Oh, I know. And like I said, it was a good
His name
movie.
was John Monk.
And you take all that kind of fun and silliness and jokes, and then you give a Family Guy spin to it when you put Seth MacFarlane in there as a captain of a ship that no one really wants him a captain of. If you guys, I will say this: I watched the trailer. I don't watch trailers, but TV trailers are different. I watched.
Yeah, you were anti-trailer.
I watched the first one. I don't watch any more after that. But the trailer for this was hilarious. Like as soon as it was over, I was like, "Oh my god, I need more! I need more!" So I don't know. It looks great, and
It's
I mean,
like, okay, I love the premise, but when you said add a Family Guy aspect to it, I'm gonna be honest, that scares me a little bit.
well, I hope they don't rehash jokes, and I think there's enough content in the sci-fi world to make fun of, and situations that have been totally done to death in all genres of sci-fi. With the damsel and the I don't know. I could think of 20 of them off the top of my head that I've seen 100 times in different shows. The whole it's a distress call, but not really, and the aliens aren't what they are, and this society is cruel, but they look happy. I mean, there's so much crap in there, and then you throw in that kind of comedic mind. I think it could be good.
I mean, it's like I definitely think it could be good, and it's like I'm going into it very hopeful. I mean, anything that invokes the name of Galaxy Quest, I'm automatically on board.
Yeah.
That is like one of those underrated movies. It's like, how do people not know that that was such a funny movie? It was so good. But we do have to ask the question, since this is a Seth MacFarlane show, what thing is going to be talking that shouldn't be talking? Because in Family Guy, it was a baby. In American Dad, it was an alien.
Was it the goldfish?
It was a teddy bear. Oh my God! American Dad, we got double.
We got double. Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to say the plant. The plant talks when it should.
Or I'm going to throw this out here because I think you could do a lot of fun jokes with the computer in the ship.
See, I started to go with that, but it's like that just seems too on the nose.
Well,
so
think about it.
You're totally going to get that.
Yeah. Well, think about it. If you in every show, they always use.
That's bad. You should see my DOS boot.
It's like think about a HAL kind of thing where it's watching you all the time, and then something where it's kind of got a TED attitude to it. It's like, should you really be doing that? I mean, you got your shift starts in 10 minutes. That's not something you need to be doing right now. That's at least an hour project. You need to go.
Fun. I'll give you that.
And that's I'm throwing out the Peter Griffin voice with it. I hope the computer's not Peter Griffin, but
there we go. Like everybody has again, editor Mark Tate Peter Griffin impersonation. So I know Dad is so pissed at me right now.
No, I think he's preoccupying himself. He's making notes. There's a lot of quick hand movements, with writing, but.
Exactly. I'm gonna. He's not gonna tell me he's mad. He's
That's right. The fun thing is we are going to get it when he's healed. You do understand that all these jokes are going to be twice folded on us.
Yeah, that's going to be one of those things where it's like, I got lost on my way to recording, so Matt, go for it.
I can't do it by myself. I need help.
Yeah, I got lost in a McDonald's drive-thru. I don't know where it's going.
I just have this feeling that editing is going to be one of those things where our voices are going to get changed, and there's going to probably be some drops in there, and that probably don't put us in the best light.
Hey. I just want to point out that I, Landon Dunn, am very appreciative of the editor.
Oh, wow. Wow. You should get on an NFL team with that back pedal.
Hey, I still have eligibility. Tennessee, you need help in the secondary.
Hey, so do I. None years played. Come get me. I'm in. I would say grade D shape.
I'm in A shape. How about that?
A shape. That's a good one. I like that. So I wanted to kind of pull some things here. I don't know how to transition. It's either out of TV into games.
Hey, you know what's also on TVs? Games.
There
you go. My transition game is on fire.
Oh my God. You're gonna hurt yourself patting yourself on the back like that.
That's why I have 3 legs. I mean arms.
Oh my gosh, Mark tape,
Bazooka.
whatever that means. You're
Right.
you're the radio savvy. I just repeat what you guys say to sound smart. But
This
yeah,
is my-
simulants. That's the wrong word. That's terrible. So, I want to start with the one that I know you're passionate about, and I want to kind of get your thoughts on it. With I guess EA putting the brakes on Andromeda, man. I mean, they're ice cold on that one. They're
All
trying
right,
to.
Mr. Editor, I'm going to need a drop right here, right now. I need for Boys to Men, How Do I Say Goodbye to start playing? Because it really feels like I gotta let the song build. Otherwise, I'm gonna look like a complete jackass if Jay doesn't edit this in here. Kotaku had the report that, and I'm going to pull it up to talk on it so I can maybe get some quotes. We heard some rumors going into, and I guess coming out of the Mass Effect Andromeda release, that EA had pulled back some resources from that team to go work on Star Wars Battlefront 2, but we never had any corroborating evidence to that, and it was just all a bunch of hearsay. This past week, Kotaku.com released an article that said that EA is paring back that BioWare team, they're paring back BioWare Montreal, the team that was responsible for Mass Effect Andromeda. And it's really an unfair situation to that team, because it's like prior to this game, they had worked on Mass Effect 2 and 3, but they only did it in DLC capacity.
Right.
They had to work on a very small project, where now, like with Andromeda, they were just like, all right, y'all haven't never done this, go nuts.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're now talking about how they are paring back that team, they're pulling away assets, and this Kotaku article does mention Star Wars Battlefront 2, so it really feels like there is some validity to those rumors that we've around in the immediate aftermath of the release. And now they're saying Mass Effect is, quote, on ice. They're not
What
saying
does that
it's
even mean?
Well, and here's the thing. It's like Kotaku, even in their article, they say it's not, it's not quote unquote canceled, but at the same time, it's like for a project to be put quote unquote on ice, that is not good. And it's like the other thing, this is BioWare's big giant flagship thing. Like, this is their Halo, this is their Gears of War, this is their Metal Gear Solid. So if you're putting that on ice, okay, what are they doing? Dragon Age, there is still no talk on a sequel past Inquisition that came out 2 or 3 years ago.
Which was a pretty good receive from what I understand. So I mean, for them to not follow it up.
And yeah, it's like they had some fantastic DLC. It's like, honestly, I feel like the DLC was better than the complete end game for the game itself. But it's like they still continued to crank out great quality content. And it's like, speaking on DLC, I'm afraid for Mass Effect Andromeda DLC, because it's like the way the story ended. By the way, I've totally beaten the game, and it's like I enjoyed it. Was it Mass Effect 2? Hell no. Mass Effect 2 was the best game ever made. Was it Mass Effect 3? I would put it up with 3. And it's like, I know a lot of people were pissed at the end of 3, but you know what? I'm the dork that just wants more Mass Effect. And it's like, I understand why some people had hesitations with Andromeda, but it's like, again, going back to the Kotaku article, they talked about quote unquote lukewarm responses to Andromeda. It's like, I didn't get the lukewarm.
Yeah, I saw the same. I've seen the same thing on it. Mixed reviews, and they weren't sure about how it was received. And I thought it was received very well. There was a huge anticipation for it. The only thing that people really drove on it was the Deadeye characters for a while. And I mean,
guess what? That stuff has been patched up.
Right.
And I will give however many people are left at that branch of BioWare, as I get a little sad.
Coder and a janitor.
Yeah, exactly. But guess what? They've been patching stuff. They've been fixing stuff. like my group on Xbox Live, shout out Big Landos, BIGLANDOZ, come hit me up for Mass Effect Andromeda.
I need help.
But it's like I play with two other guys, and it's like for the longest time, it's like the powers don't feel like they matter. And it's like, guess what? They finally patched that. So now multiplayer is on point, but everybody's already been scared off from it. And it's like, it shouldn't be that way. It's like, and especially now when it's like a marquee franchise could be put on hold. And it's like, I've seen people online saying, yes, this is a good thing. This is what Mass Effect needed. Are you kidding me? Up until this past spring, the last Mass Effect game we had was like 4 years ago. Like,
oh yeah.
I mean, and it's are you telling me it needs to go back on the shelf? No. Like again, I understand, like, this wasn't, whatever pie in the sky dreams you built up to it. I had to come to a little bit of realization of that on myself, because it's like, y'all know, it's like, I love Mass Effect.
Oh yeah, but, I mean that's your jams, as you say.
Yes, technical term, that is my jam. But I mean, there's some stuff that it didn't, live up to the expectation on for me. But I'm not going to outright dismiss it as a bad game. It's like, it had its problems, absolutely. But Andromeda, it's like, that's a game I put like 160 hours into.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure you're ready to put more into it with DLC and as such, and
give me the DLC. I want the single character content. I want to continue to explore that universe. And it's like, it has been set up perfectly to do so. It's like, I see a lot of similarities to Mass Effect Andromeda, to the first Mass Effect game. It's like, was it a perfect game? No, absolutely not. But you know what? It set up the bones on a really sweet skeleton. It laid the groundwork, and I cannot wait to play the second one. And now it seems like, who knows when I'm going to be able to play Andromeda 2.
Maybe it's just a restructuring. I mean, to try to be positive here, maybe it's just a restructuring of, maybe they're pulling BioWare in-house. It's going to become fully EA, and have the resources of EA more. I mean, I'm trying to be positive here. I don't know. EA has really done some goofy stuff,
I would love to think positive, but if I hear that EA is just straight up absorbing BioWare, and BioWare is no longer a thing, that does not make me feel good.
You want the direct opposite. You want BioWare to succeed outside the EA.
I'm the guy that's still holding his hand for more Jade Empire games. I'm the guy who's still holding his hand for more Knights of the Old Republic. I want more Dragon Age. I want more Mass Effect. Give me give me my Garrus and Rex buddy cop game. Just give me something in this universe. Like, don't take it away from me, EA.
Yeah.
And it's like, everybody's super pumped for Battlefront 2 because it really feels like they're fine. Like, they listened to everything that we were pissed about.
Well, sure. And I mean, way to beta test this is $60 a pop or more. Well, if you bought the season pass, it's $120.
I ain't even going to get in on that conversation.
I know. Like, you know how I feel about that.
A monkey paw situation. Yeah, you wanted a campaign for Battlefront, but guess what? You get that, you get no more Mass Effect.
Oof. So you think they pulled resources, huh? It's a possibility. I mean,
like, here's the thing. It's like, I referenced it earlier. There were those rumors on the internet leading up to and right around the release of Andromeda that EA had pulled assets from BioWare so they could come work on Battlefront 2. They make the Battlefront 2 announcement, and I think you even said it's like, this is a case where you complain and the publisher listens.
Sure.
They gave us, the gamer, everything we wanted that was lacking from Battlefront 2. But now we get the news that BioWare, I believe it was Montreal, I don't have the article up, excuse me if I'm wrong, that they're getting paired back, and they were the team on Mass Effect Andromeda. If they're getting paired back and there's reports that Mass Effect's going, quote, on ice, but we're getting everything we wanted in Battlefront 2, this feels like some monkey paw stuff, dude.
Well, it sounds like Destiny to me. With, they've got their upcoming legacy game, Destiny 2, coming out with everything that everybody wants to. So you may have to wait on an Andromeda 2 or, I don't know, whatever the next Galaxy they want to put in there for title. Mass Effect.
You know what?
Insert Galaxy.
I just want an Andromeda 2 because it's like, again, I've beaten the game. That end sequence totally leads up to more games. Okay. It's like, say what you will about the graphics and like, is the writing the best? No, again, it's like, it's not even my favorite Mass Effect game, but at the same time, it's like, it's not a bad game, you ding dongs. Like, stop freaking out. Like,
I would love to meet a genius of writing for an RPG. I would love to meet that person. I mean, how do you write for how do you write for a choose your own adventure? I mean, I know we had the books, but do you remember those books? They were like, 20 pages, and then you had to cheat. It was like, I don't want to do that.
Oh, no. My finger was back here, so that means I didn't.
That's right. I didn't go all the way. I did have a Batman Choose Your Own Adventure, and I didn't want Batman to get killed. I do remember that. It was a fun book. He didn't get killed.
Wait, that was an option?
Yeah, you could keep going. His parents die, of course, but that's not a Choose Your Own Adventure.
No.
What'd you say? What was her name?
Did we just become best friends?
I think we did. Terrible Batman voice.
Oh boy.
So, with your low note, I want to come in with a high note.
There we go. Bring it on.
Assassin's Creed Origins, as it's being called, is going back. It's a high note. Ooh, that hurts.
Snap.
I'm sorry.
So
they are going. They are going back to Egypt. I don't know that they were ever there. But
I was going to say, I don't think I've played that Assassin's.
No, this one's a prequel.
No, I will totally say, like Assassin's Creed, like Pharaoh Town. I'll play.
Oh yeah, I mean the screenshots have been showing you've got a bow and arrow, which they've got some kind of like gilded staff weapon, and if it's a prequel. And it's in Egypt.
I can't wait until the Moses missions.
The Moses missions? Well, I mean, you're literally, you just get up on a rock and you move your hands out. You have to keep tapping A to make the water move out. It's
God,
terrible. This is terrible. Right here. We are going...
I'm going to move away from all Windows.
But, they said that this one, I don't know that a lot of people asked for this. Maybe they did. I wasn't sure. I still am behind because I'm waiting for backwards compatibility on one of them. But there's going to be huge naval stuff in this one. But the screenshot they've shown with that statement, it was a leaked screenshot, which I don't think anything's ever leaked. But it shows a guy on kind of like a like a sail surfboard there. I'm like, I don't know how much naval fighting you're going to do, but.
So it's Assassin's Creed Wind Waker.
Wind Waker. Woo! Totally, dude. I'm totally going to assassinate him. No. Oh, man, don't harsh my mellow. I'm over here, reading passages and tomes.
Like, whoa, bro, dude, I'm totally catching this.
Bro. I don't get up before noon, bruh.
Though I was referencing Zelda.
Oh, wow.
Wind Waker.
Wind Waker.
Which, as we all know, is your favorite franchise.
Yeah, I love Zelda. It's my favorite. Gosh, can't get enough of that guy. I don't know what you would call him. An adventurer. I call him a vandal and a vagrant and, a thief.
He does break a lot of pots.
He breaks pots, steals swords, beat up old people. Those kind of things. Kicks chicken. I mean, come on. Kicks a chicken. What kind of guy is that? But... yeah, so the Origins is, like I said, Egypt. They're going back. This is a prequel. We might get more of how the Assassin's Brotherhood was formed because from the first one, they're already together. They're already a thing. You have the Grand Master who, has all these, little assassins running out and doing different things. That kind of goes under in the first game. Spoiler alert. With Altair. If you haven't played that game, it's your fault. So,
again, yeah, it's like sorry for telling you guys are so
I'm sorry, guys. Altair takes down the master and takes the apple.
Soylent Green is people.
Yeah, so I don't know how they're going to do it. They've leaked some stuff. Hopefully they have better servers than For Honor. For Honor has had some real problems with servers. I hope it goes well for them. Supposedly Ubisoft is supposed to be dropping the bomb on a lot of stuff at E3, which is coming up, by the way. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, that's a month away.
I know.
That feels crazy.
So hopefully, we'll have our mentor back healed up for E3.
Hopefully, Dad will be back by then.
I know. I don't know that we can keep this show running, just me and you. I just don't think that's happening.
No, it's like let's not cut ourselves short. I mean, I am definitely enjoying.
I mean, you could do a show by yourself, but let's face it, I sound like a dumb redneck that talks about games. So let's move away from that realization that I have come to just now.
That was really hard on yourself, dude.
It's okay. I've been harder. Cut that, please. Hopefully E3 will bring about some Ubisoft news. Hopefully it'll kind of quell some of your fears with Andromeda. I doubt it. It'll be like what's bright and shiny. It's going to be all Battlefront 2, but
yeah, I'm really not like if they say the words Mass Effect, I will give you and Dad $5. I'm
gonna have to remember that. Let me write that one down.
No. Yeah, Mass Effect. We totally released that. We'll probably still support it. It's just again, I'm very worried. We're not even going to get single player DLC. It's I will give them credit. They've patched their multiplayer, and I feel like they will continue to support the multiplayer because they want you to spend, real life money on packs to get weapons.
Of course.
So that's why those servers are going to stay up. But it's single player DLC. I don't know if that's a sure thing anymore because it's going back to the original Mass Effect trilogy. I mean, you knew there was going to be single player DLC, period. Now I don't know.
I don't know. I mean,
honestly, one of the best stories, in the Mass Effect universe was told in Mass Effect 2's DLC. Lair of the Shadow Broker was one of the best DLCs it is the best DLC I've ever played.
It is the best.
One of the best stories I've played in modern gaming. It's so good, especially if you're a fan of the Mass Effect lore. And it's I'm terrified that EA is going to make BioWare pull out of it before they can actually flesh it out and build on those bones to make a sexy game. And it's going to be sexy.
They may not.
You're going to have the option to have sex with it because that's Mass Effect.
Oh my God. What are you doing to the cover art?
You know what? Mass Effect 3, they let you have sex with a robot.
They do.
Exactly. So I didn't make the rules. I'm just adhering to them.
Well, I will. I've got a great transition. You're gonna love it. So with DLC standing on its own and people buying into the DLC universe, as it were, if there is such a thing, what do you think about the new or the remastering of all the zombie levels being brought to COD Blops 3, as you call it?
COD Blops.
They are going all the way back, grabbing World at War zombies and bringing it to Black Ops 3 as a DLC package where you can play them all, and it has a story that is connected.
Well, if you remember back to our COD Blops movie yay or nay conversation, you said the best part of those games was the zombie stuff. So you know what I call this? A business decision.
Exactly.
This is the time where it's hey guys, do we like money? Like show of hands. Who likes money? 1, 2, 3.
Frank, hold your hand up.
We all like money. So we're gonna do I can't believe it's taken them this long to do that.
Well, I can see why, because I feel with Infinity War, that bucket of trash that didn't go anywhere. I feel like they're on the ropes.
Oh, you said Infinity Wars. I thought you meant Infinity War to the
people. No, not Infinity War.
Right.
No.
I was about to say, holy shit.
No. Modern Warfare Infinity Wars, and it just, they did not do well with that game. They try to say it's the biggest seller. I've looked up the numbers. It's not doing anything more than the other ones did, and it's barely doing that. So they're going to come out with the zombies remastered. Everything's looking nice and shiny and new. Are you going to get it?
Probably not. I
kind of want it.
Part of me wants it. I definitely, again, understand why they're doing it. But at the same time, it's this isn't my jams, to go back to the technical term. So it's I appreciate the fact that they're doing it. I'm definitely way more likely to buy this piece of DLC than I was any piece of DLC they've released prior to that, but I still don't see myself getting it.
I'm still on the fence about, the season passes, especially for Battlefield 1. It's $50 for that guy. And I think this is going to be $30 for, I know, $30 for $50 for a season pass on Battlefield 1. And they've just released one DLC. One, that's all you've gotten right now. That's it. But, I mean, you do get a lot of things if you get 2 weeks with any DLC before anybody else gets it. Like it's just you and the other people who pay for the season pass for 2 weeks, which is going to be elite members that are going to wipe you off the earth anyway, unless you're one of those people.
Exactly, a bunch of 12-year-olds with Twitch reflexes.
Oh my god!
Damn it! Come on, can I move 5 feet before I die?
I will say that game is not that easy. You got to have a strategy. You can't just go out there and run and gun John Rambo. You got to be more of a Chuck Norris mission. Missing in action. Hiding in the weeds, jumping up out of the water, firing. Whatever assault rifle.
I'm just going to fire my shotgun in the air and just chuck frag grenades, hoping for the best.
Well, you only get one, and they're stick grenades. I hope the best for you.
Hey, that might be why I'm terrible at these games.
That is possibly the answer. So, yeah, this one's $30 for the zombies. I kind of want it, but there's a part of me that's like, I want to play it with somebody. So if I don't have anybody that says yes to it, I'm gonna be like, I'm not gonna play this. I'm not gonna play. One is the loneliest number while I play it. So, yeah. So I just want to throw that out there with the DLC that the marketing is being put around. Did you have any more games or TV? Because I am fresh out.
Give a shout out to Marvel Heroes Omega.
Oh yeah.
Their closed beta by the time this episode posts, I think will be wrapping up, but it's going to be, I think, launching to the public on the 23rd. I'm a big fan of this. If you liked the Diablo 3 games on the console, check this out. Big fan of what Gizmillion has done on the PC. Big fan of what they're doing so far on the PS4 version. I, of course, am totally Spider-Man because... Of course I am.
Of course you're Spider-Man.
I'm trying to think of anything else.
Sucks, man. It's not on Xbox. I would love to get in on that, but
and that's the thing. They say it's going to be coming to the Xbox One at some point. But I mean, like I've said the last few episodes, they've been talking about coming to the PS4 for a little bit, and it just
and it just now happened.
Randomly surprised. Oh, by the way, we're on PS4 and we're in beta, you guys. And
they're making moves, though. I mean, at least
exactly.
Some progress is better than no progress.
And you know what, Xbox One owners, and I'm talking to you, Matt. Look at us PS4 owners as beta testers. So there you go.
That works.
We're gonna work out all the kinks for you. Other than that,
I do have one that you brought up. We may have to make a group field trip to Nashville because of Mystery Science Theater is going on the road, guys.
Ooh,
I don't know if anybody's seen
August
it.
11th, as a matter of fact.
Oh my gosh! And it's a double show, which means the second show is a super secret movie, as they put it. So you don't even get to know what the movie is. But for the first show, it's Iga, or how do you say Iga or Iga? Iga. That's the one they're going to be doing. It will be Jonah and the robots, and
it's Mystery Crew. Joel will be there as well.
Joel is going to be the MC.
And then Felicia and Patton will be there via video.
Yeah, via satellite, as they say.
Yeah. So I assume they're probably not going to be live somewhere. It's going to be a pre-recorded thing. But at the same time, it's like, if you're a fan of the new Mystery Science Theater on Netflix, if it's coming anywhere near you, go check it out.
Oh, absolutely.
Again, like I spoke when the new MST3K dropped on Netflix. The only way we're going to get another season on Netflix is by watching, actual MST3K on Netflix. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That definitely would help. But what also help is if they can point, we sold out literally every stop on our 30 tour thing across America within the span of 2 months.
And they go a lot of places. I was super surprised to see them in Nashville. There's really not I'm trying to think of anywhere that I noticed that they didn't go. It seems like they're touching just about every region. So I think that they can,
based on people bitching online, Texas and Florida, they were left out apparently.
Oh, well,
But
maybe
you know
you
what?
should be kinder, and maybe
Exactly.
you'll get things.
And as a Tennessee fan, suck it, Florida.
Yeah, suck it, Florida. Hey, you know what, Arkansas fan, Texas, eat it.
Hey, guess what, Florida? You still have Jim McElwain, who's totally not humping sharks naked.
Oh,
So
God.
there you go. That was totally not Jim McElwain. Just dry humping the bejesus out of Jaws. That was not him. Wasn't him.
Oh, God.
Oop.
So you guys can reach out to us about shark defiling and other such things as we normally talk about, in the
Only
life of
answer to
nerdom.
the hashtag
Oh,
Jim
my
McElwain humped a shark.
Make sure that that's your hashtag, because that sounds like all the 140 characters you're going to have. It's 140, right? Did I get that right? I don't. I'd stop paying my subscription so I don't get the extra 6. That's a touchback to another episode. So at nerd_news_cafe, you can find us at Facebook, Nerd News Cafe. You can hit us up on our website, which is nerdnewscafe.com. You can reach out to us and throw us a nasty email and tell us how much you love sharks at nerdnewscafe@gmail.com.
Really loves sharks.
Oh, I hope he's a
Cannot
listener.
Emphasize enough how
Oh, my
much
God.
Jim McElwain loves.
You guys have just introduced me to this, and I am already fascinated with learning more about this man and his tragedy of life that has led him to this. So,
All right. Well, I'm going to wrap this up.
yes,
before
please
I
help us
end
get us
up-
out.
Yeah. I'm going to wrap this up before I end up in libel court. So for Matt Weaver and the silent Justin Dad Kreuzinger, I am Landon Doan, thanking you for joining us on another edition of Nerd News Cafe. Stir it up. We've been Nerd News. You've been great. Good night.
Good Lord, we needed a ripcord.
Hashtag Jim McElwain.